Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. You know, there are some stories in the Bible that just capture your imagination, that make you really pause and think. And for me, one of those has always been the creation of woman from man, specifically that powerful verse in Genesis 2:22. It's profound, isn't it?
Absolutely, Adan. It's a foundational text, really, not just for understanding human origins, but for understanding the very essence of human relationship and God's design. I mean, from what did God create woman from man? It's a question that has sparked so much discussion, so much interpretation, and sometimes, honestly, a lot of misunderstanding.
Exactly. And that's what we want to dive into today. We're talking about Genesis 2, specifically verse 22, where it says, "Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man." Just that simple sentence carries so much weight. It's not just a biological account, it's a theological statement, a statement about identity and purpose.
It really is. And I think the imagery of the rib is what often gets people thinking, sometimes in the wrong direction. You know, some people might hear rib and think secondary or lesser, but when you really unpack what God was doing there, it tells a completely different story. It speaks of intimacy, equality, and a unique kind of partnership.
Totally. Let's set the scene a bit. God creates Adam, and Adam is there tending the garden, naming the animals. But there's this profound loneliness, right? Genesis 2:18 says, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." This isn't just about utility, it's about companionship, about completeness.
That phrase, a helper suitable for him, is so key. The Hebrew word for helper, ezer, is actually a very strong word. It's often used to describe God himself as our helper. So it's not a word that implies inferiority. It implies strength, support, and someone who completes what is lacking. And then, God doesn't just make her out of dust, like Adam.
Right, that's the critical distinction, isn't it? Adam was formed from the dust of the ground. Eve, the woman, was formed from the rib he had taken out of the man. This is God's unique way of creation here. It's a deliberate act, distinct from how Adam was created, and it signifies something incredibly profound about their interconnectedness.
I often think about the placement of the rib too. It's not from the head to rule over him, and it's not from the foot to be trampled underfoot. It's from the side, near the heart, under the arm, to be protected and to stand beside him. It speaks volumes about the intended relationship right from the beginning.
Exactly. That's such a beautiful and powerful illustration. It points to an inherent equality and mutual respect right at the heart of God's design for humanity. They share the same essence, the same human nature, because they both ultimately come from the hand of God, but one is sourced directly from the other, creating this unbreakable bond.
And when Adam sees her, his immediate response isn't just curiosity, it's this profound recognition and joy. "This at last is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." There's this sense of finally, a missing piece has been found. It's a beautiful moment of completion.
It truly is. And this isn't just a story about the past. It lays the groundwork for all human relationships, especially marriage. It sets the precedent for unity, for leaving father and mother and becoming one flesh. It's about a deep, soulful connection that mirrors the very nature of God's creative wisdom.
I think it's so important to emphasize that God's way of creation, particularly with Eve, wasn't about hierarchy in a negative sense. It was about creating two distinct but complementary beings who, together, would fully reflect his image on earth. Neither is complete without the other in that initial paradisial state of being a suitable helper for one another.
Absolutely. It really underscores the idea of complementarity rather than inferiority. Men and women are different, yes, but those differences are designed to complement each other, to enrich life, and to fulfill God's purposes together. It's like two halves of a whole, designed to fit perfectly together to achieve something greater than either could alone.
And this understanding can really change how we view relationships today, can't it? When you start from the premise that woman was created with such intentionality, with such closeness to man, it elevates the status of women and highlights the divine blueprint for partnership, mutual respect, and shared purpose.
It really does. It challenges any notions of dismissiveness or inequality that might creep into our modern thinking. The Genesis account, when understood correctly, is a radical statement of the value and inherent dignity of both men and women, each playing an indispensable role in God's grand narrative.
I find it fascinating how God involved Adam in the process in a way, through the deep sleep. It wasn't something Adam asked for, but God saw the need and acted. It's almost like Adam had to lose a part of himself to gain something infinitely more valuable: companionship, a partner, and Ezer that truly suited him.
That's a great point, Elizabeth. The deep sleep, the surgical precision of God, taking the rib, it's all part of this divine craftsmanship. It's not accidental, it's purposeful. Every detail in God's creation speaks to his wisdom and his love for humanity. He didn't just poof another person into existence, he forged a connection.
And the fact that he brought her to the man, that act of presentation, it wasn't Adam going out to find her. God initiated and facilitated that first connection, modeling for us how deeply invested he is in our relationships, in our finding a suitable partner, in our not being alone.
It's a beautiful picture of intentionality, isn't it? It suggests that human connection, particularly the profound bond between a man and a woman, is sacred and divinely orchestrated. It's not just a biological drive, it's a spiritual imperative, reflecting God's own relational nature.
When I reflect on this story, it always reminds me of the incredible detail and care God puts into everything he creates. From the vast galaxies to the intricate design of a human being, and then to the specific way he brought man and woman together, it all speaks to a creator who is intimately involved and deeply invested.
I agree. It makes you realize that our existence, our relationships, our very being aren't random. They are part of a meticulously planned and lovingly executed design. And understanding this creation story, especially Genesis 2:22, gives us such a powerful foundation for appreciating our own worth and the worth of others.
Yeah, it truly does. It elevates our understanding of identity. If we are all created in such a specific, intentional, and complementary way by a loving God, then every single person carries immense value and purpose. There are no accidents in God's creation.
Exactly. So when we ask from what did God create woman from man, the answer isn't just a rib, it's from Adam's very being, signifying their shared humanity, their deep bond, and their mutual importance in God's eyes. It's a testament to unity in diversity, to strength through partnership.
And it really brings us back to God himself, doesn't it? This story isn't just about man and woman, it's ultimately about the Creator who orchestrated it all. It shows us his wisdom, his creativity, and his incredible love for his creation.
It does. It leads us right back to the source of all life and all relationships. And I think that's the profound takeaway for us today. To truly understand who we are and who we are meant to be in relationship with others, we have to start with knowing the one who created us.
That's so true, Adan. Understanding God's creation, especially of human beings, is like looking at a masterpiece and trying to understand the artist. The more you learn about the creation, the more you learn about the Creator, and that's an invitation to a deeper relationship with him.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up today, I really want to encourage everyone listening, don't just read these ancient texts as historical facts. See them as living truths that speak to us today about our identity, our purpose, and the incredible design of our world. Take the time to reflect on God's incredible way of creation.
Yes, absolutely. And let that reflection lead you to a deeper connection with him. Because truly, to understand the intricate and beautiful way God created human beings, male and female, in his image, is to begin to know him. And we invite you, truly, to come to know God as the magnificent creator of human being in the world.
That's a powerful call to action, Elizabeth. It's an invitation to a transformative journey. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope this discussion has given you something truly meaningful to think about regarding God's incredible creation and his divine plan for us all.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep drawing closer to the Creator. Bye for now.
Take care, everyone.